Take one.
I think someone's my crush when I am looking at my phone all smiley and shit, like, oh, they texting me, oh, they calling me, and you get that little butterfly feeling inside when they pop up and you see them. I don't know.
Someone who makes me nervous or freaking, you know, like when you feel like you miss them.
You know when someone has like that look in their eyes, you know what I'm saying? You just know, like, you just know. You just see it in their eyes. At least for me, I could tell. You give that energy, like, I peep it.
I feel like most girls that I deal with are bold, so they'll make a sudden move, and or they'll just let you know. Like, I feel like I'll get a vibe, and then that's how I know.
My definition of a crush is someone who I think's attractive, for one. And like, if I got them on social media, I'm always stalking their page. Like, I'm always looking at their page, see what they post. Or another thing is I read their horoscope.
So I'm toxic. And when I have a crush on someone, I look through all of their social media. And I'll look through all their friends' social media. Like, if I can find their friends' Twitter, I'll look up any conversations they be having and shit. Since we all have so much access towards each other, when we have a crush on someone, we try to like gather as much information about them as we can to like fulfill our fantasies of like who this person is and like who we want them to be and how they can fit in our life.
Because of social media, there's so many misconceptions about whether or not someone is into you or just supportive of you, of the person you are. It's so hard because people will flood your timeline and slide in your DMs, but there will never be any clear indication that this person has a crush on you.
I would say like when I actually give a fuck about what it is that you're doing when I'm not around. Like, I don't know, maybe that sounds slightly obsessive. That's definitely something that I gotta work on. But if I feel like I'm concerned that you just out here doing you, I might have like a little bit of a crush.
I have crushes a lot. My definition of a crush is someone that you don't really know fully, that you want to get to know, that like when you look at them you're like, oh, I want to talk to you.
To me, a crush is somebody that you really like and you could see some potential future with.
When you like somebody, but it's like you starting out, so it's kind of new, you know.
I know that a girl has a crush on me when she starts engaging more in conversation, because I talk a lot, like, and a lot of girls, like, I guess I'm a natural flirt. So a lot of girls, you can sense like, okay, I'm gonna just give him a friend vibe because he's doing too much, or okay, I'm gonna flirt back. I'm gonna start asking him some questions. She'll probably ask more questions than I am, or I feel like playing with the hair is like a crush symbol. I could be dumb, but it's like, oh, you're playing with your hair, you like it.
All right, put the money in the bag. They no longer are a crush if they fuck up, and then you're just like, nah, I'm not really gonna rock with that. Or if you move forward with the person and then all of a sudden y'all like this.
First it starts with little like red flags or like little dislikes, like, oh, like I don't see myself being with somebody who does A, B, or C. 3
red flags. After that, it's like,
Once I start seeing that, like their personality kind of just changes for me, and it's just like I don't want to be with them anymore. It don't matter if you're cute or you're ugly. Once your personality dies, you're just not likable anymore. That's that.
Red flags, boo. Most people have a lot of red flags. A lot of these niggas need therapy. And sometimes it takes me a minute. Sometimes I be like, damn, my nigga's really fine. Until I realize like he needs therapy like yesterday. And then I'd be like, yeah, I can't be attracted to this person anymore. Or if I find out that like they're just a fucking creep, or like that they fucked mad people I know or something. Like, it's just like little things that are like anything that's just like a turn off. Then you just be like, I don't see this person the same. Like, you don't fit into my fantasy of you anymore, so I can't have you as a crush.
When I've asked you one too many times to like just behave a certain way, And when you just don't like take note of the things that make me comfortable or make me happy, I feel like it's just a done deal. Like there's no point in me continuing to pursue something that feels so dead.
If you start unchecking boxes and then I address it and it's still unchecked, then yeah, you gotta, yeah, that's a wrap. That's a turn off.
I don't read their horoscopes. Like I'm not pressed about them. I don't look on their page, see what they're posting. I just be like, okay, whatever.
When you end up talking to someone, like in the talking stage, it's not really a crush anymore because you know them at that point. You know, you guys are working towards something.
A crush stops being a crush when one or both parties stop putting in the effort. When you feel like you are putting in too much effort and being too pushy, trying to see this person, hang out with this person, and you feel like this person is kind of showing you that they're no longer interested, you stop crushing on that person. A crush also stops being a crush when the person gets into a relationship.
A crush stops being a crush when you guys are either talking or you pursue the crush. If you're pursuing the crush, you have attempted to go past the crush state, which is either now we're talking or I said what's up and the other person wasn't interested, or they were. So from there on, it's just not a crush.
I've shot my shot a couple times, but you know, I've gotten denied before. But I definitely let them come to me because, you know, I'm the prize.
Dating apps, yes, definitely. I like to swipe.
Not gonna lie, I had a dating app, but it was bad. Like it was just like pointless. Like what the fuck?
Like dating apps is more than just for dating, because sometimes you find people who turn out to be friends.
It depends. I would use dating apps, but not in Boston. Just because Boston is so small that I feel like everyone already knows each other. So like I've tried Tinder in Boston and it was just a bunch of people that I've already seen before, or that like my friends have talked to, or like, you know, one time I matched with this guy and I was like, wow, he's cute, and then I sent a picture of him to my friend and she was like, oh nah girl, he broke my heart. When I went to Florida for like 2 months, I used it and I met a bunch of people and like, you know, even became friends with like one of the people who I had matched with, who like we weren't really compatible. So I feel like dating apps are cool if you're awkward like I am. I don't really like to go out or anything like that, so.
I feel like it depends what you're going for. And at times, like, I erase it, and then other times I download it, and it's a cycle.
I say no to dating apps. Well, I don't do dating apps because I have such an old soul and I believe in traditional love. I believe in like being at the right place at the right time, and like being invited out and like bumping into someone and y'all locking eyes.
I feel like when you're younger, yeah, it's fun, but like once it gets past 20, 21, it gets a little creepy. Like everyone's either way too old to be paying you any attention or way too young for even like your sort of look in their direction. Yeah, have fun with it while you're like in your whole phase, but like after that, you know, get out of there.
Yes to dating apps if you're just looking for a good time, and no if it's as a rebound, or well, and no to dating apps if it's a rebound situation or you're still not fully healed from whatever you're going through that you feel that you need a dating app. So yeah, sure that you're ready to do dating apps if you're gonna use them.
I want to try dating apps so bad. I'm just scared that it's gonna come off desperate, but I'm desperate. Like I want a girlfriend, so it's like there's some dating success stories. Why not get a dating app?
I had a dating app. I was actually on BLK and they banned me off of BLK. I don't know why. I think it was somebody that wanted to see me and they never got to see me. They reported my account. Yo, I got banned and I could never get onto the account again.
I don't consider Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat dating apps. I mostly look at those as like social. Like I'm talking to people, not talking to them to like meet up, but talking to network.
Twitter is a dating app. Let me tell you, people from your area will find you, so respond to those DMs.
Twitter? I don't really use Twitter, so I wouldn't use them to, I guess, dating or whatever. I feel like Twitter is a lot easier to get catfished. Like, who really knows who you are on Twitter? No one, and like no one, you know?
The occasional Twitter DM slide, which works, but not always, because sometimes people just ignore their DMs on Twitter.
Twitter, I don't know. People say Twitter is for like fucks, but I don't really use Twitter. I have a Twitter, but I don't know about Twitter.
Twitter is more for thoughts and retweets, so I don't really use that one.
Tinder is obviously like, oh god, Tinder. It's a hookup app.
Tinder, I can say that's just for hooking up, honestly.
Tinder's for fucking. Tinder is just for fucking.
Cause I had a Tinder and it was just like, what's up?
I feel like Tinder's definitely used for hooking up a lot more. For me personally, not, because I'm just not that type of person. But I feel like a lot of people go on Tinder expecting to like hook up with someone.
Tinder, that's just DTF, baby. You better be DTF.
I literally just like to swipe. I just like to look at people, new people that I've never seen before. Do I go in their DMs? No. Do they come into mine? Occasionally, but do they get anywhere? No.
I'm a avid user of Tinder, which in Boston is probably like, it's a good way to access a lot of people that you probably would have never met through your friend circle, especially for like the gay girls and the gay they thems in Boston. Like, it's just how we all know each other and how a lot of us meet and like get to know like randoms. There's a lot of people coming in and out of the city for like school or work, so that's like a good way to meet a lot of different people.
I feel like the only apps that actually lead to dating are Hinge and Bumble.
Tinder, Bumble, that's more like I'm feeling kind of ugly and I really like want to see who I can bag, and then after that I'm done. Like, I'm good. I got my little gas station compliment.
I do use Instagram. I feel like that sometimes is a dating app in a sense, because that's where the DMs happens. Don't use it as predominantly as like that's the main feature. I usually just liking people's pictures, but sometimes it just goes from there.
Snapchat, I think that's one just for fucking too. Instagram, maybe dating. Maybe Instagram, maybe dating. Depends.
Instagram, I feel like Instagram's more professional. So it's like if you're on Instagram, if I hit you up on Instagram, I think I really want to talk to you, because Instagram is specifically like pictures, videos, all of that.
Instagram, I've actually met a lot of people on Instagram because I feel like Instagram is the most common, you know, platform that a lot of people use. And I always get attracted to other artists as an artist. So it's easy for me to go to someone's page and see what they do and see that they're an artist and, you know, see their face and what they're into and like stories and all that. Personally, I have met, I think like a lot of people I talk to, I think I've met on Instagram, like dating wise.
I feel like Instagram, a lot of people go on Instagram for show, to show off. So you kind of like might get an idea of what somebody's life is, but at the end of the day, it's Instagram, so you never know what's real.
Instagram, you know, you post most of your pictures, so most of the people see you, so most of the people are in the DM, you feel me?
Alright, so I feel like the most common way that a lot of people meet is Instagram, and it's always like the hard eyes, like, oh damn, you look good, oh you should let me take you on some time off, like some stupid shit. It's always like that. I've slid in a lot of people's DMs.
I feel like these dating apps are more so for validation, because like, how often do people really go on dates off of these apps? Maybe on like Facebook or Twitter, you know, that's where everybody's just showing out their like actual personalities in a way. Ish.
I feel like you could even say Omegle's a dating app, because you can meet someone on. My brother met this girl, this was like years and years ago, but he was on Omegle and he met this girl and she lived in Germany and they dated for like almost 2 years. Yeah, like he went to go meet her, she came over here, it was crazy. But like, you know, I feel like Omegle's a cool place to meet people, but it also is scary because there'd be a lot of peens on there.
Facebook has a dating portion to it. You do it for the follow. So I will post my Instagram on all the dating sites that I had. I wouldn't even check the dating sites. It was just popping up on my Instagram. New follow, new follow, new follow.
I feel like Facebook is more like family friendly. So you're gonna see a lot of baby daddies and baby mamas. So that's a lot of drama.
Facebook is for, I feel like, a fling if you're looking for like more than fucking, but, and you know, you want to figure it out, but you're trying to explore your options. Like if you just want to, I guess, be a hoe, but not like a ho-ho, you know?
I've known a couple people who like meet other people on Facebook, but personally I wouldn't use Facebook as a dating app, so I can't even really like, what was the question again?
No, I did Meet Me. They're gross. Very much gross.
I used to have a Meet Me. That, I think that's for like dating.
There's also Hinge, which is just like advanced version of Tinder. Just as terrible. Just the same terrible outcomes. I know a few people with success stories from them though, which I'm like, I'm waiting for this to crash and burn. Not to be negative, but like, I don't know, like, it's like, y'all niggas been on a fucking dating app. Like, where could this go? I feel like it's not as organic. It's people searching for something and not just like you happen to cross paths with somebody. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is fake because I fucking matched with you on Tinder. Like, yeah, bitch, I look good. Why wouldn't you swipe on me? The thing about all these dating apps in Boston is it's all white people, like 95% Caucasian.
Sometimes I don't even know. Like, I feel like I have really random conversations with strangers, but like, they're never really insane. I feel like they're usually really meaningful. Like, I don't know, it's usually something that I needed to hear, or like just some sort of encouragement that I wasn't, you know, expecting on whatever day it is.
Do you think we should meet?
Meet?
It all depends on the vibe, you know what I mean? If the vibe is there, if we FaceTiming, we calling each other, and we want to see each other, then, you know, we could meet as soon as like 3 days. I usually give it a month.
I'll meet up with someone after talking to them, depending on the vibe. Like, if I can feel the, like, I don't know what word it is. If I can feel the, like, tension through text, then I'll be like, yeah, let's go. Like, sure, like, let me see if the vibe's the same, if the chemistry's the same, but don't think, like, if you talk crazy in text that it's gonna happen in person.
Honestly, I've matched with someone and met them on the same day. So if the vibe checks off, meet them that same day. If not, let it, you know, take a couple days, and if you're comfortable, meet them.
I push it off. I'd be like, yeah, we're gonna chill. Yeah, we're gonna chill. I'll give it like a month or two.
I think again it depends on the dating app. Like Tinder, when I was in Florida and I met this guy on Tinder, we talked for like 3 days and then we met up in person. But this may seem excessive, but I told him to send me a picture of his passport and his ID, and I sent it to my cousin, and he met me at like this random ass plaza, and my cousin dropped me off because I didn't want him to know where I was staying, you know, and like I had someone drop me off so she knows what he looks like, she knows his license plate. So it kind of depends, because Tinder's more like, you know, if you are using it in a different state or whatever. It's just better to be safe than sorry. If it's like Instagram, I guess you can still, this is a hard question because, you know, being from Boston, everyone knows each other, so it's easier for me to be like, oh, do you know this person? And then like, it's less weird for me to like meet up with them. If that wasn't the case, I think it just depends on how you feel about that person, because I have like a good sense of character, so I feel like I can talk to someone. I think FaceTiming them before you meet up with them too, making sure that they're real. Let someone know where you're going. Turn your location on. That wasn't even part of the question, but yeah, I feel like if you're going to meet up with them soon, do all of those things, even if it's not soon. But I guess I would say like 3 days.
I've been messaging at least like a month, and I know that probably sounds so annoying, but like, I don't really trust people offline. Like, I feel like if you that eager to meet me immediately, you might have weirdo vibes. Like, you might stalk me, you might kill me, I don't know. It's just too quick. I gotta see where you're at, what type of person you are, before I'm like, okay, let me put my energy into yours.
It depends how fine they are, to be honest, and what my schedule's looking like. Because sometimes I be talking to people and I meet up with them that same day. And sometimes I be talking to people and I don't meet them at all, and we've texted for 2 months. On average, I would say like texting for a week you know, until y'all are kind of comfortable and have an idea that like, yeah, y'all are a little toxic, but it works. And then you can hook up or go on a date or like whatever. Most of the time it's 3 a.m. What you doing? Let's chill. Alright, word. And then dick sucking.
I tend to take a while to meet up with them because I need to make sure you're not a psychopath or a killer, murderer, who knows. So it does take me a while, but usually when I meet up with people that I have talked to for that long, they end up being really good people like that. I end up having to be part of my life. Not necessarily as a fuck, just as friends as well.
As soon as you're ready. I've met people within a few days, or we've talked for weeks. Depends on the vibe.
The perfect time span to meet up with somebody online would be a week, maybe 2, and do it something small, like a date, but at least 2 weeks. I feel like after 2 weeks we can see each other. You should catch the vibe by then.
I don't hook up with strangers. That's not my thing. That's how you get STDs. I'm not really about getting no STDs.
We're grown. You can do it the first time if you want. Obviously, if you feel the vibe, I feel like you can always tell when it will naturally be the first time, versus you trying to coerce somebody to be yeah, we should do it right now. But if the feeling's right, do it. Why not? Wear protection. But do it.
I'm the queen of hooking up with strangers. I fucking need help.
I personally wouldn't do a one-night stand, but if that's you, you do you. I'm just I gotta get to know this serial killer first.
I've had my fair share of stranger hookups. Oh man. I mean, live your life. Just be safe.
I'm tapped in the head a little bit. So if I give you a piece of my body, I don't think if it was good, I can't just walk away. I can't. You're stuck with me.
I feel like hooking up with strangers is extremely daredevil to me. People who do that, it's not for me, but people who do that are very brave. I love and trust myself and protect myself too much to just be freely giving myself to a stranger, just because I believe heavily in energy exchange and niggas be on some weird shit. So I really don't. I don't condone that, but the people who do, that's for them. And so I would definitely clap and salute for any of my friends or people around me that hook up with strangers, because I've had people around me that love to do that. What's for you is for you, what isn't. That doesn't mean that just because it's not for me, it's not for you. But if you want to do that, I would just say stay protected, do what you do, boo, but just stay protected and just know that energy exchange is real.
If you're gonna meet up with a stranger, always do it in public. Restaurant, arcade, bar, just somewhere where people can see you in case shit goes left. You don't want to be somewhere alone, in their house, especially if they live in East Bumfuck and you're over here. What the hell are you doing over there? Your friends can't get to you fast enough. The police aren't coming yet. Just bad ideas. Always public spaces.
Well, we met up in my car before. And I did go one time to the movies. I went out to lunch one time. And then other places just don't matter.
Either they come to my house or we go on a date, dinner or something.
It depends on how long you've talked to the person or how creepy they are or what your intentions are with meeting with them. Because if you want to hook up with somebody, and you're just looking for a one-night stand or just fuck buddies or some shit, then you want to make sure that you're talking to them for a good amount of time, and then once you're they're probably not gonna murder me, then it's okay for the first meet to be at their crib. But if it's you're iffy about the person and you're not necessarily looking for sex, I definitely recommend being oh, let's go get coffee, let's go get food, something public for safety precautions. I make bad decisions. I will go to someone's crib at sketchy hours after I've only talked to them for a day or two. Don't do what I do. I definitely feel I should have been in danger more times. I just put myself at risk very often. You gotta vet people. You gotta like make sure that they're not a fucking criminal, cause these niggas be criminals. I'm not gonna knock it if you're dating Caucasians, but if you do, don't forget that Jeffrey Dahmer was a white man. Ted Bundy was a white man. Most serial killers are white men. They will kill your ass.
Somewhere public. I think girls meet up somewhere public, like a park, or I feel like now we're in the bougie days, so they want to meet up at dinner or something, somewhere public, because I feel like girls be too nervous. They're like, oh, I don't want to get snatched up by this man. Like, so in a public setting, a lot of eyes everywhere.
Oh, if I did meet up with a stranger, it definitely have to be outside, because I don't know you and I don't want you to try to kidnap me or do something to me. So it has to be in a public view, like where everyone's gonna see us. Okay, so I feel like there's two definitions to what a sneaky link is. One is we're both hoes and we both have hoes and we don't want any of our hoes like beefing with each other or interacting, so we're just gonna keep that on the low. Or two, y'all both, one or both of y'all are in a relationship and y'all shouldn't be seeing each other at all. That's what a sneaky link is.
Sneaky link is gonna happen like once or twice, but a sneaky link is like, oh, you know, they text and then you get ready like, okay, let's hang out this day, and then you do whatever and never talk to them again.
Someone not really that you're talking to, but you're, you know, meeting up with on the low, having sex. I guess like a friends with benefits, but no one really knows about you guys. You know, you don't know his friends or her friends. You don't know, I don't know, their family, their whereabouts. You don't really talk all the time, but, you know, you guys are hooking up. Yeah, and it's just like a secret thing, you know?
A sneaky link is somebody that you have sexual interactions with, but nobody knows about it.
The majority of folk do not know that you are linking up, and you know, you meet up at an undisclosed location and do what you do, and then you go your separate ways as if nothing happened.
Why does it need to be sneaky? It's just casual, bro. I don't know, like, we're fucking grown. I hate that term so much, because I'm like, nigga, you're 36. Like, why are you calling it a sneaky link? Like, we're just fucking. People that are embarrassed to be fucking each other. Like, why are you embarrassed? Oh my god, it's casual sex. It's literally casual sex, but people think that, oh, sneaky link, I'm not gonna tell them. Like, okay, do you be telling everybody you fucking, do you post it on your Facebook like, hey, I fucked this nigga last night? It's your personal life. It's fucking weird. People are so weird.
A sneaky link is a person that really don't want no emotional ties with you. I mean, so they say. A sneaky link to me is someone that really just looking for a nut. Maybe a cuddle, because I do know some men and women, mainly men, who have told me before, like, I'm just really trying to cuddle, like, especially when they're intoxicated. Some men really do have a soft side, and they really don't, they be too drunk to fucking, they just want to lay up under you, just have their head rubbed and shit. But like, to me, the people that I've been exposed to, that I hear that word, it's like a sneaky link is really just someone to get your rocks off with. Like, I call you, you call me, we do what it do, and that's it. We go our separate ways. And like, to be honest, now today's day and age, sneaky links don't last that long. Like, coming up, I would have different partners that we would a consistent basis. Like, you know, if I'm going to the club every weekend, you're gonna be the person every weekend. I'm like, yo, you home? But like, nowadays it's like you have a sneaky link one week and the next week that nigga's non-existent, that girl's non-existent, or like it's another person, like another sneaky link. So yeah, sneaky link is just someone that you gotta have a good time with. And sometimes it's, to be completely honest, sometimes a sneaky link has a boyfriend or girlfriend too. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, sometimes sneaky links do be in relationships. So like I said, just protect yourself, be smart, and have good intentions.
A person who's with it all, like, boundaries are understood, schedules match up. Like, if I hit you up, you're with it.
Okay, yeah, my definition personally is somebody who maybe talking to somebody or in a situationship and they're sneaking off, you have to be sneaking off to meet up with me. Like, so I guess it would be me being a side piece, but like a more decorated term would be sneaky link. Like, nobody's supposed to know, period.
A sneaky link is definitely somebody you hit up kind of like, hey, come through. But it's somebody you hit out of the blue. It's not somebody you hit up constantly.
Someone who you are messing with that no one knows, and you guys only see each other like at nighttime, and you guys don't text, you guys don't call, you guys just hit each other up when y'all want something, and no one knows. Keep that on the low.
The perfect traits of a sneaky link: someone who's sneaky. Someone who knows how to be sneaky and be a good liar. Like I said, if a sneaky link is in a connection, a relationship with someone, you don't want someone who likes to kiss and tell. You don't want someone who's messy. I'm giving y'all this advice, but trust and believe I am not this woman. And I don't do sneaky links. But, you know, I would say that a sneaky link is someone who is great in bed. Knows how to be sneaky, like I said, doesn't kiss and tell. They're accessible, they're available, like they know how to make themselves available for you, and sometimes they're consistent, sometimes they're not, but that's what I would define as a sneaky link.
Somebody who doesn't care, no guilt, like even though it's hard, or very minimal guilt, doesn't want to post their whereabouts. I don't want you to post on the way to the sneaky link. I don't want you to act like or try to cover up, like just don't post at all. Somebody who can also keep a secret, and somebody who doesn't feel the need to post like, oh, I'm with my sneaky link. I don't like when girls do like the picture of you laying on my chest. Like, no, what if somebody knows my chest? Like, this is not sneaky at all. Like, yeah, the mirror in the background, they can see my face. Like, too much things can go wrong. Like, nobody's supposed to know. You're supposed to be out to eat, but you're here at my house. Like,
anonymity, like, you know, niggas don't know who you are or what you're doing. You know, you're just going in, and they don't talk about, you know, their sex life to the world, or, you know, they're private.
First of all, you just gotta be nasty. If you're not willing to be nasty with a sneaky link, baby, what are you doing? What are you doing? Number 2, it needs to be consistent. You gotta be consistent, because if not, what are you doing? What are you doing? And 3, there can be no feelings. No feelings. That's the perfect sneaky link. Oh, if I had one of those.
Someone that doesn't run their mouth, always willing to give pleasure as much as they're willing to receive, and just respects your time and your body.
Definitely someone who doesn't judge, because there are people out there who will be like, oh, we're sneaky links, but because, you know, you're a female or whatever the case is, this makes me judge you more, like you're a slut or whatever because you're fucking with me, and you know, you don't want anything more than that. So I think someone that's not judgmental, someone who doesn't kiss and tell, because the whole point of a sneaky link is so that no one knows. Personally, someone that is really kind of only your sneaky link, because I don't want to be sneaky linking with someone who's sneaky linking with everybody else, you know? Like, you know?
Open-minded, and what's that word I'm thinking of? Damn it. Spontaneous. Like I said, you gotta be with it. If I hit you up at like 1 a.m., like, you gotta be spontaneous, period.
No social media, or is not a social media person. 2, doesn't constantly hit you up. You gotta hit them up, because it's when you want to give up the pussy, not when they want to give up the dick. And 3, I think it just respects your boundaries. If you all of a sudden decide to tell them like, hey, I found somebody, and they kind of be like, all right, cool, bet.
They know their place. It can't be a pointless sneaky link. Like, you have to be spontaneous. You have to be in size. Like, you have to have something good. It can't be small. You have to have something good, and you gotta know to keep your mouth closed. That's it. Just shh, keep on the low.
just being down. Like, all right, come right now. It's 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Come right now, right here. This is a only once in a lifetime feeling that I'm feeling. You happen to be around. So I'm about to get this nut off.
And I feel like a friends with benefits is somebody like, that's just my friend, like, hey. And then they coming over, y'all just hanging out, and then it goes into, you know, la-di-da-di-da.
Friends with benefits will reoccur. Like, you know, that's somewhere you could go after a drunk night. Like, hey, I'm coming through real quick. Be ready.
Friends with benefits is someone who you constantly have sex with, but just sex, no dates, no, like, you know, chatting outside of the sex.
It's someone who you're close to. You guys have kind of a connection, maybe kind of have feelings for each other, but you guys are not ready to get in a relationship, so you're just like, okay, let's just keep it, let's just be friends and still fuck. I don't prefer friends with benefits because it never lasts, it never ends well.
Friends with benefits is strictly like, we're friends, we can hang out, we go public places, we don't really look like we're in a relationship in public places, but when we get alone, we can hit each other up like, yo, I'm a little horny, like, what you trying to do? Like, and she, oh yeah, you can slide through. It's like, okay, word. I can tell you whenever I want it, she can tell me whenever she wants it, and we go based off that. If we want to hang out every other day, then that's cool too.
Someone that you're close to, personally, like my friends with benefits in the past, someone that you're close to, that, you know, you're friends with, that you can be there for on a friendly level. You know their friends, you know their family, whatever the case may be. Maybe not their family, because some people are more personal about family than others. But yeah, you know, people know that you guys hang out, but people are not knowing that you guys have sex. It's not like a relationship where you guys go on dates or this and that. It's like you have the benefits of being in a relationship with the label of being friends, and not having to have the pressure of, like, you know, I need to be there for you all the time because I'm your girlfriend. And, you know, it's more of just friends that have sex and stuff.
A friends with benefits is somebody who you are having sexual interactions with, and it's about like 3 or 4 times a week that you're having these sexual interactions, but there's nothing other than sex there. No feelings, no attachments.
Friends with benefits is just 2 people, maybe they hang out sometimes, maybe they don't, but they just fucking for fun. That's it.
Obviously they're your friend, so still there to talk to you, still there to provide you support. And then if it's needed, you know, if you get to kissing and get to doing all the extra stuff, then it happens. But there's never any like pressure for more. And it's nice when there's that mutual understanding.
A friends with benefits is somebody that you're not actually friends with, but y'all just be fucking and don't have feelings towards each other. You're never really friends. I hate the term so much because it's just like, y'all are just, this is just benefits, man. Again, the benefits would just be trash dig most of the time. Sometimes it'd be good dig, but y'all aren't friends. If you have friends with benefits, y'all aren't friends. I hope you aren't telling yourself that or telling your friends that. That man will never be your friend. Okay, he probably says bad things about you.
I mean, I met one girl who I guess did it, like, she acted like she knew who I was, but she was confusing me for a whole nother person. I was so confused because I'm like, I don't have a doppelganger. I don't have other people that look like me. And it wasn't until she was talking about sports. If you follow me on Instagram, ain't nothing about sports on my Instagram. I ain't in no sports suits. I ain't in no football. And she's like, yeah, I saw your game on Instagram on your IGTV. I'm like, my game? What game? Like, I didn't even, my drinking game that I posted on YouTube, like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then she tried to like cover it up, but at that point I lost interest and I was just letting her talk because I'm like, you don't know who I am. I was talking to you this whole time and I know who you are, but now I gotta act like I don't. I'm embarrassed for you.
Why have I seen your boyfriend's dick, bro? Like, that's a little cringery.
Shit off. Like, I can disassociate and really not understand, like, damn, I hurt your feelings.
He's like, yeah, you can tell me when you have to poop, but like when you're going to poop, just say you have to use the bathroom. I don't want to hear it.
It's not as painful as it seems. It's not something that every time you go, you're gonna be like,